Hello, I'm Dr. Graham Teague. Did you know that pain is the last thing to arrive when your spine becomes out of balance? That pain is just like a fire alarm. It takes time for the flames and smoke to build before an alarm is triggered. Now, your spine works exactly the same. Pain happens when your spine becomes out of balance. The imbalance is caused by the various traumas from day-to-day activities, the bending, the lifting, the twisting. As your spine becomes out of balance, muscles and joints will tire. As they tire, they tighten up and pain then develops. There are also 3 simple tests that you can use now that will show if you actually are out of balance. Even if you don't have any pain at all right now, you can still use these tests to find out whether your spine's in balance or not, or whether you're heading towards a painful situation. And if you're currently in pain, then you'll understand what is occurring and why the pain has developed. Now, the first test is relating to the muscle flexibility. Now, muscles should be evenly balanced. If one side is more restricted than the other, then you know there's an imbalance in your spine. Or also if you have overall reduced flexibility in your muscles. So this first test is stretching your hamstrings. Now, the hamstrings is one of the major stabilizing muscles for the pelvis. So if you stretch by placing your foot on a Swiss ball or a bench or a standard hamstring stretch, you can note how far you can reach down your leg. Now this should be equal on both sides. Also, if you can't reach your toes easily, or if you find that one side is less flexible than the other, then you know there is some pelvic imbalance. And the pelvic imbalance again will lead to back pain. Now, please note there are other muscles to test to indicate which imbalances you have, because there's 4 main types of imbalances around the pelvis. So this is just a simple indicator that will show if your spine is in balance. Now, the second test is basically relating to your neck and your upper back. Now, saying this, your whole spine works together. You can have imbalances in your lower back that can cause neck pain, and you can have imbalances in your neck or upper back creating lower back pain. So try turning your head as far as you can to one side. Now, you should be able to do this quite simply. And if you're able to turn your head to your shoulder without any tension or tenderness at all, then you have good balance in that upper back and neck. Comparing side to side, again, this should be easy. If you can't turn your head fully to the shoulder, or if one side is more restricted, again, this indicates that there are joints and muscles in your upper back and neck that are out of balance. Now, the third test, which is probably the simplest test and the easiest test to perform, and you can also use this long-term wise to find out if overall your body is in balance. So all you need to do is stand on one foot with the other foot raised and your arms out wide, and do this comparing side to side. Now, it should be simple to do it with your eyes open, and once you can do it equally on both sides with eyes open, or if you can't, then you know it's out of balance, but if you can do this, then try doing it with your eyes closed. Now, you should be able to stand easily on one foot with your eyes closed for about 30 seconds. And if you find that on one side your foot starts to wobble, or you find it's hard to get your balance, you're moving around, then it means that the feedback going from your feet to your brain is not correct. Now, this indicates that there's not only imbalances in your feet, but your pelvis and your spine in general. So it's a good indicator for long-term balance. So, did you pass all the tests? If any of these tests are positive, now is the time to correct the imbalances. And remember, pain arrives last, after you become out of balance. And these tests indicate that already your muscles and joints have become tired and tight. Now, if you've passed these tests and you have no pain at all, fantastic. It means your spine is generally balanced, which is good news. But it's still best though to learn some simple ways to maintain a healthy spinal balance. But if you found that you passed these tests and there was no obvious imbalance, yet you're in pain, there's some also good news. It means that you just have some localized muscle or joint issues that are very easy to fix in the methods on this web page. What can you do now? Well, if these tests showed positive, if you're in pain right now, then please read on to discover the simplest and most effective way that you can become pain-free in just a few days. You can return to balance, and you can lead a healthy, pain-free life. So read more below about the most effective 3-step back pain program that's available that you can use now to remove your pain.